describe in 3 words what a designer is looking to bring out tonight, what would these 3 words be?
I don't think we could do 3 words.
Okay.
To 3 words, because every designer has different elements. It's different to how they interpret and how they visualize the concept. So it's about them, and then actually how the rights of the story that they bring out on stage, how they actually tell that story in there. So it's interesting, going to be interesting tonight from this.
Okay, so essentially the king or queen, or the king and the queen, are sort of like sub-themes of the theme for the band.
Yes, they are. And even some cases where let's say you have, like I said, 6 sections, you have a next aspect that you wanted to bring out, but you cannot bring it out in a section. You actually bring all of these things, elements, into one big costume. So, or that costume might lead the entire band. Everything that you're trying to encompass can be in one costume. So, again, different designers have different ideas how they want to bring out a king and queen costume. So, it's really the writer actually tells you what exactly they want to bring out and how they want to depict it and what they want the judges to see and how they want the judges to interpret it at the end of the day.
We'll talk about the judges in a while, but we are to stand for the national anthem of Saint Lucia. For the King and Queen of the Bands 2023. Thank you so much for joining us. We are happy that you have decided to spend your evening with us. It promises to be a spectacular evening, an evening of glitz, an evening of glamour, an evening of incredible costumery, and we are going to see all of that displayed on stage tonight. Gillen, just before we began the show officially with the national anthem, you made mention of what the designer is hoping to show off to the judges. What are the judges looking for when they look at a costume? Yes, the designer may have different ideas, but certainly the judges are looking for specific things. What are some of those things?
Well, one of the most critical things is the craftsmanship, as anything else, and I guess the judges that did backstage judging. So they would look at how the designer actually put that costume together, the materials that they use. I know in the past they used to look at some of them natural materials. I'm not sure whether that still stands. I know authenticity is one of the things. So the interpretation, the portrayal, the theme, the movement, the portability of the costume. So there are various things. Now, sometimes year to year, sometimes the criteria changes or it's tweaked somewhat. That happens. So it all depends on the designer sometimes now to maybe have a look at the criteria beforehand and know what detail they're into. But generally, theme is one of the critical things. Can that writer that you have, can it actually portray what you're actually saying? Because it's one time to have a costume, and then your writer is completely different from it, and the judges are completely lost. I mean, there are times in the past, we did a judging workshop once, and they actually named the costume Vegas Zombie. And a judge would not understand Vegas Zombie, they might think it's Las Vegas. But in Spanish, Vegas is meadow. So all of these things that puts us have to consider that when you name a costume, how does that relate now to the judges? Can they understand what you're trying to bring out at the end of the day? So it's really a balancing act as to what you bring out on stage and what you write up and how the judges interpret what you have there on stage. So it's interesting to see how it comes out at the end of the day.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Gillen. What we are going to do now is take you to the stage as the MC for the evening, Kendall Eugene, is going through the criteria. So we'll take you to the stage for the King and Queen of the Bands 2023.
We have been here for quite some time, taking in the sights of the costumes backstage. It is now time to bring them on stage. Are you ready for the Queen of the Bands segment? That is it. That is it. Folks, let me tell you right now, we have coming on stage the first band, Phoenix Carnival Band. Now they are portraying Lady Unity's Caribbean Music Voyage. And the costume will be carried by Nisi Dugilad. Please put your hands together for Phoenix Carnival Band.
Where we met new people, discovered new cultures, their similarities and differences, the love of culture, music and festivals. As our tour took a span of a few months, we started from February and ended in October. We got a chance to attend 7 different music festivals and countries, which we were similar but unique in their own way. Here, let me tell you some of what we learned. What makes them so similar and unique. Our first island is St. Vincent. The first festival, the St. Vincent Roots and Rhythm Culture. SVG Roots and Rhythm, an annual festival that brings a unique mix of music, reggae and soca lovers together. The festival is a music spectacular which is original and St. Vincent's top performing music artists. The inaugural festival is held on the 9th to the 10th of February annually. A chance to taste the flavors of St. Vincent, both food and music. As we left St. Vincent, our voyage took us to Trinidad Carnival. An annual street parade held on Monday and Tuesday before Ash Wednesday in February. A well-known for its both annual celebration and colorful costumes. Includes cultural events such as band launch fest, Juve. Includes calypso music, soca, Mardi Gras, and dancing.
I never really read none of these. I come from brass festival and from customs and from flour mills. Was a fed fire fet and licensing fet and them had a power pill. Everybody gone nice and groovy bunchy, all you pushing power still. If it's me, you don't leave me with power on a hill. I come here for no stand up. I come to party with my hand up. So all soca people, put your 2-1 in the air. You 2-1 in the air. You 2-1 in the air. I never come here for no stand up. I come to party with my hand up. All soca people, put your 2-1 in the air. You 2-1 in the air. All soca lovers do this. Show me your hand. 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 All I know is bass, feathers rough like sea, going out all night.
As we left Trinidad, our voyage took us up north. Saint Lucia. The Saint Lucia Arts and Jazz Festival, an annual event held on the month of May, which brings together local and international musicians. A festival of jazz, R&B, calypso music, theater, international culture, and dance. The first ever festival was held in 1992 to extend foreign exchange and tourism. The inspiration came in 1991 from the launch of October Jazz Festival, which was managed by the musical director Lufa Foswa. In 2013, the festival was rebranded the Saint Lucia Arts and Jazz Festival. Welcome to Saint Lucia.
We miss ça. On soit à mon souhait, un short chini quoi, toute femme qui n'y go, sous quoi comme blanche, jeune femme dit roulé, bonne et puis maté, baila mon blé goûté, sous la mon blé mouillé.
As we left St. Lucia, we headed to St. Kitts. The St. Kitts Music Festival is annually held in June and originally known as the Shack Shack Festival, first held in 1996 and runs for 3 nights. Includes musical arts such as soca, reggae, rhythm and blues, and gospel, which was originally named the Shack Shack Festival after the national flower, the flamboyant tree, which is produced dried as a pop-up seed. Welcome to St. Kitts. We left St. Lucia and our voyage took us to Barbados. Crop Over, a youth celebration which is thrown by the planters at the end of the sugar season to mark the collaboration of another successful sugarcane harvest, called the Crop Over celebration. Originated in the 1780s but started in 1687. It is annually held in August from the 17th to the 14th, featuring music, singing, colorful costumes, and dancing. Celebration ceased after the effect from WWI until it began again on June 1st, 1970. A grand kaduma, the grand finale of the celebration. Heading up north, our tour took us to Jamaica. Reggae Sumfest, annually held in August from the 11th to 14th. The very first Sumfest was held in 1993. Founder helper Rudder Russell, owner of Jefferson Depot, brings reggae music back to its roots. Monday, a street festival. Tuesday, a all-white party. Wednesday, Blitz party. Thursday, a global sound clash. Friday, the main festival and dancehall night. Saturday, a reggae night. Jamaica Songfest.
Hi, lady.
Afraid I aim inside of sight. Wanna see you alive.
Phenomenal. Them boy don't got no body. You know start get me I'm vastly. I first being dumb girl love call me. I'm a big woman girl we don't her body. So you I'm a you big girl love. And you know me now left for my fatty. Me girl in the bank. Slappy man. Me up she. Freaky girl I'm a wanna see. Move up. Text her, more girl. Text her, more girl.
And we wind it down. Ending our tour, Dominica. We took all our friends from the other islands down to the World Creole Festival, an annual free day which includes hosted during the last weekend of October, which includes Creole Heaven to boost the tourism arrivals. It was dubbed the festival that never sleeps because it started off from dusk till dawn. Music performed portrayed by the festival include Kada, Komapa, Zouk, Sukas, Huyo, and Zudom. Dominica, the Creole Festival, our friends.
Yeah, all you know already. Burn brain. Know already. Respect rich, quality rich. Yeah, they pay me rich for everything. But you know already. So like it. Respect my partner, Jolly, burn brain. You know already. And respect I myself, stupid burn brain. Know the track. Yo, wow, 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 wow. Girl, I love to feel it, gripping. Pulling. Girl, I love to feel it, clapping. Clapping. Girl, I love it. When you work your muscle. Girl, I love it when you work your muscle. Wow. Girl, I love it when you work your muscle. Wow. Girl, I love it when you work your muscle. Wow. Girl, I love it when you work your muscle. Work your muscle, baby. I'm feeling it gripping. I don't sleep in, baby. You're gripping, baby. Girl, you make me break fast. Girl, you make me break fast. Girl, you make me break fast. I love to feel your.
As we end our musical tour,
clamping.
Our models, our islands were portrayed by costumes. Our costume was
gripping.
Our boat was built by our Phoenix team. Thank you very much for enjoying Phoenix as we leave on our world tour. Good night.
Been working for a while. I barely see my child. Hey, been working for so long. Hey, I barely know these songs. Hey, well, you see today they wanna clock out. Boss tell me anything, then I'll walk out. A ticket in my pocket and it pop out. I need a glass of rum to put
Ladies
in
and
my
gentlemen,
mouth.
make some noise for Phoenix Carnival Band! Hey.
Summer adventures, Saint Lucia style. Summer wardrobe, Saint Lucia style. Summer warmth, Saint Lucia style. Summer nights, Saint Lucia style. Summer loving, Saint Lucia style. This year, dive into summer, Saint Lucia style.
Pretty Saint Lucia.
It is sizzling this summer at Caribbean Metals Limited with the Heatwave promotion. Hot deals on construction products. Very hot deals. Plus, you can win an air-conditioned unit in the Heatwave promotion at Caribbean Metals and cool down. Hot deals on so many items. So, hurry and get your Heatwave promotion deal today. Promotion runs from June to August while stock lasts. See our in-store, social media, and our website for more details. Feeling hot with the Caribbean Metals Heatwave promotion today.
All for your band, but everybody getting a little share here and there. Now, rule number 3, you have been very good with that rule, and you block out a certain set of people.
You are viewing the live broadcast of King and Queen of the Bands 2023. You just saw Phoenix Carnival Band, and just what we were speaking about, Gillian, earlier on, the king and or queen is essentially portraying what the band is giving you for the season, and we saw that precisely to a T in Phoenix Carnival Band.
Yeah, with what we saw is actually a boat, the same boat that we saw backstage, actually going on a voyage for the Caribbean. So actually stopping from Trinidad and going up the chain, going to Jamaica, what have you. So it's actually interesting, the idea of it. I think the costume was a little too big for the contest, the person wearing the costume, because the portability of the movement was not there. So I'm not sure she's going to be marked on that. She was limited in that aspect of it. Like I said, the concept was there. You actually saw there was a boat going on a voyage, and you had the person staggering along to actually go along that trip with the person. So, let's just see what the judges think about this.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Gil, and we'll take you to the stage for the next queen of the band. On stage we have Zuvo Carnival Band.
The sun is like a toy balloon. They're getting up in the morning glories in the golden afternoon. There are dusty daffodils on the hillside. Strings of violets are all in tune. Tiger lilies love the dandelion in the golden afternoon. The golden afternoon.
Is she really hair? I think so. Straighten up yourself and look pretty. This is how she wants us. You're right. This is her wonderland. Shh, she's here. Welcome to my wonderland, a kingdom where there are all possible degrees of freedom for the oddities to come true. Some may call me a dreamer, but I don't care. This is my world, and I make the rules. Spiraling down that rabbit hole never scared me. In fact, once I landed and burst through that glass door, I knew exactly what I would see. A world so dreamy, beyond imaginary, but 100% true to the reflection of me. What's small I made big, and what's big I made small. Cause guess what? I created it all. Enormous flowers and oversized mushrooms? In my wonderland, they're all summoned to bloom. The kiss from shimmery butterflies who flicker, glisten, and flutter right before my eyes. I made an altered universe where the climate is no longer changing. Alas, in my wonderland, the ecosystems of life need no rearranging. My friend Shasha comes along with me. He's a troublesome cat, but I let him be. Oh, how I love my vivid, psychedelic world, all brought to life by this free, spirited girl.
Presenting Maya Sifle of Zuvo Carnival portraying Alice in Wonderland. This creation brings to Saint Lucia Carnival the story of Alice as she enters a magical, whimsical, unknown universe through an enchanted mirror portal. This land is a complete reflection of the world through the eyes of a naive, childlike Alice. Layered with over-exaggerated flora and fauna all illuminated, this neon marvel signals the beginning of a new world utopia, bursting with the strange and unusual features to explore. Oh, what a wonder, Alice. You're right at home.
Hey!
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the Zuvo Carnival Band. Maya Sifley, her portrayal, Alice in Wonderland. I look like Miss Creepy, not waterproof. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, need to remind you that Carnival City is on the way from July 12th, Wednesday, July 12th.
This is how we play the game. This is how we play. And we gon' represent and show them who we stand for.
All roads lead to Massy Stores Mega this carnival season with huge savings. Buy one, get one free on select Castillo San Simon wines. Buy two, get one free on Win wines. And buy one, get one half off on Waitrose, Echo Falls, Bodega, Select Castillo, and Shadolini wines. Check our website for more details and see you at Massy Stores Mega Carnival Liquor Sale. Remember to swipe your Massy card. Sale ends July 15th.
Warning, the Surgeon General cautions the public about the dangers of stress to their physical and mental well-being, and as such has dedicated July 14th as Mental Day. On Friday, July 14th, Red Unlimited and Radio Caribbean International present Color Me Red. Color Me Red. Mental Day. A day to forget your troubles, unwind, and recharge for Carnival 2023. Color Me Red with Kess the Band, Patrice Roberts, Lyrical, Nyla Blackman, and more at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground from 8 p.m. Tickets are available at Radio Caribbean International, Steve's Barbershop, The Cell, TM Antoine Partners, Courts, Travel and Leisure Center, and redevents.fourcirclestickets.com. Come experience the energy. Color Me Red. Friday, July 14th. Sponsored by...
I'm in town, let me take you around, pretty Saint Lucia. It's my town, I'ma take you around, pretty Saint Lucia. Pretty Saint Lucia.
Natani St. Omer portraying one entitled Into Battle. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on stage Natani St. Omer from Zuvo Carnival Band portraying Into Battle.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zuvo Carnival presents Natani St. Omer as the spirit of goodwill in this creative interpretation of the final battle between the brutal Red Queen, whose dominating rule is destroying Wonderland, and the White Queen, who is trying to save it. In this battle, Alice slays the Jabberwocky, allowing the spirit of goodwill to intervene as the soldiers of the Red Queen lay down their arms and join in solidarity with the White Queen's army. The Red Queen is banished forever. The costume represents the presence of light and hope in times of war and injustice, the necessity of unity and peace, and the victory of all that is good. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Natani St. Omer as the spirit of goodwill in this masterpiece of workmanship and design, a costume created and designed by her father, Giovanni St. Omer, and his mass camp crew. Into battle.
Hey, so when they call, you must answer. Respond with your hands up. When they call, you must answer. Respond with your hands up. When they call, you must answer. Respond with your hands up. When they call, you must answer. Respond up. In my flesh, in my bone, I can feel it up in my soul. Lighten up everything I know. Everything I know. Hey, this is love, this is growth.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give her a round of applause, Natani St. Omer. The portrayal, of course, into battle, representing the Zuvo Carnival Band. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still here, and it is all about the Queens right now. You are in the first segment. If you're just walking in, welcome to the King and Queen of the Bands 2023. This is Carnival City. We are here live at the FAB. We want to say a big thank you to the sponsors. Just before we go into our next portrayal, we have to say thank you to the government of St. Lucia through the Ministry of Tourism and the Creative Industries for St. Lucia Carnival, the Carnival Planning and Management Committee, CPMC, and the Carnival Bands Association for tonight's production. Also, thank you to all the partners of St. Lucia Carnival, the St. Lucia Tourism Authority, Event St. Lucia, and the Cultural Development Foundation. We're getting ready to bring on our next band, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new band on the scene. In fact, give them a round of applause, Phil. The new bands, give all the new bands a round of applause. Yes, new band, and they have already contributed to the King and Queen of the Bands. Do we have anybody here representing Expressions Carnival Band? Now you see, you're already breaking the rules. I tell you, we'll be making noise for Tooth Moon. When your band come, you're making the loudest noise. When you see the other band come, you're making, whee, give something. All right, let's try that again. Anybody here representing the Expressions Carnival Band? Now, their portrayal for the road is Ngorongoro, Children of the Volcano. Tonight, you are going to see Beverly Thomas with a portrayal. Haja, please put your hands together for the Expressions Carnival Band.
Ancestors forever.
Within the borders of Ngorongoro is a thriving and lush rainforest habitat, which is nourished and sustained by Aja, the spirit of the forest. Aja's life force runs through every cell and being within her forest kingdom and provides sustenance for all who dwell within. Aja watches her kingdom as it flourishes and changes with the rising sun in the morning and the glistening stars at night. She is a watchful rainforest spirit whose love of all things nature helps to bring balance and life to her green kingdom and animals within. Aja, spirit of the rainforest. This costume was co-designed by Beverly Thomas and Dylan Pitkin and constructed by Benoit Smith and Beverly Thomas. Expressions Carnival Band presents for Queen of the Bands 2023, Aja, played by Beverly Thomas.
First tell me anything, then I'll walk out. A ticket in my pocket and it pop out. I need a glass of rum to put in my mouth. Yeah. Well, you see today they wanna clock out. First tell me anything, then I'll walk out. A ticket in my pocket and it pop out. I need a glass of rum to put in my mouth. My hook I say yeah. My friends and them say yeah. Pass me a rum, let me catch on fire yeah. My people them say yeah. When you see me clock out, I'm out on the road. I'm out on the road. I'm out on the road. When you see me clock out, I'm out on the road. I'm out on the road. I'm out on the road now. So long as you see me leave the scene, pass it a drinking anything. When I walk in hard, and that's why you are your man. So when I party mad, drinking. Oh, no work I be thinking. Me and my friends linking, and the liquor we pimping. Oh, you could say what you're thinking, cause you see today they wanna clock out. But tell me anything, then I'll walk out. A ticket in my pocket and it pop out. I need a glass of rum to put in my mouth. My coke I say yeah. My friends and them say yeah. Pass me a rum, let me catch on fire, yeah. My people them say yeah. When you see me clock out, I'm out on the road. I'm out on the road. I'm out on the road, yeah. When you see me clock out, I'm out on the road. I'm out on the road. I'm out on the road now. So long as you see me leave this scene, pass it to drinking anything. When I walk in hard. And that's why you are your best. So when I party mad. When you see me come. When you see me come. When you see me come.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Expressions Carnival Band, Beverly Thomas, Aja with the portrayal. Of course, a quick reminder what is happening throughout our carnival season. We are on the home stretch, ladies and gentlemen, and we have a brand new component that I'm inviting everyone to go out and check it out from Wednesday at 12 p.m. William Peter Boulevard. It is called Carnival in the City. You can go ahead and experience St. Lucia Carnival free of charge. It's going on from the 12th, that's Wednesday, and it will end on Friday. It starts at 12, ends at 2, so you can do a nice little lunch timeline right there. Those of you all that never like to go and take your lunch, you have a perfect reason why. Food and bacchanal. What is better than that? So, Carnival in the City, William Peter Boulevard. Let's give our band another round of applause. Brand new on the scene, and they have a second portrayal. Ladies and gentlemen, I am telling you now, I am loving what I'm seeing backstage with all the costumes, all the craftsmanship here tonight. Again, a big thank you to all the sponsors for putting this together, ensuring that we have a nice and safe carnival. The government of St. Lucia, my boy, that shocked me there. Thank you very much, my friend. That one had me there. The government of St. Lucia, of course, is doing it through the Ministry of Tourism and the Creative Industries for St. Lucia Carnival. And we're talking about the Carnival Planning and the Management Committee, CPMC, and the Carnival Bands Association for tonight's production. Anybody have seen a costume that they like so far? Y'all see the costume you like so far? That's right. We all ready to see another costume? Who y'all come to represent for? Make some name. Go ahead. Shout out your favorite band name. Now you're still up. How many years we doing this and you're still not getting it right? Hey, baby. Let me bring on another band for you. In fact, a second portrayal from our band here tonight. A while ago, we saw Miss Beverly Thomas. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to welcome on stage Malia Crick. Expressions Carnival Band for the second time around. Please put your hands together for Malia Crick portraying Spirit of Ngorongoro.
1,500 years before man first walked this earth, in the innermost parts of Tanzania, Africa, is an enchanting place known as Ngorongoro, which was birthed from a volcano and clothed with the protection of the ancestral spirits. These spirits are entrenched and live through every aspect of life within the ecosystem, nurturing, guiding, and protecting its inhabitants. Each spirit is synonymous with an aspect of life, such as rivers, land, animals, and birds. And it is those spirits that flow within us and all we do. These ancestral spirits are the source of life in this ecosystem. And it is through their eternal work, energies, and blessings that life is able to flourish within Ngorongoro. They are the everlasting, ethereal, African ancestral spirits from whom all life begins and ends. This costume was designed by Perry Marshall and executed by Perry and Christine Marshall. Expressions Carnival Band presents for Queen of the Bands 2023, Spirit of Angora Angora, played by Malia Creek.
Hey, Chamozile, what you say? Hello, Carnival, nice to see you again, coming fresh off the plane. Hello, Carnival, Bacchanal is the aim, we can't stay time anticipating. Only we waiting, and now we ready to mash up the road. Yo, now it's the time to pull our stunts. Cause when we reach the waterfront, we doing whatever the hell we want. Jump as much as you want, wave as much as you want, girl, wine as much as you want. This is Carnival. Jump as much as you want, wave as much as you want, girl, wine as much as you want. Now let me see you, hand up in the sky, hand up in the sky, hand up in the sky, hand up in the sky. Ay 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 ay. Hello, pretty girl. In your costume so nice, it does give me a vibes. Hello, sexy girl, winding up in the band like you don't have a man. All I want is just a taste of that sexy waist. Girl, come let we brace, we not watching face. Cause right now we on the hunt. So when we reach the waterfront, we doing whatever the hell we want. Jump as much as you want, wave as much as you want, girl, wine as much as you want. This is Carnival. Jump as much as you want, wave as much as you want, girl, wine as much as you want. Now let me see you, hand up in the sky, hand up in the sky.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Expressions Carnival Band. That was Amalia Crick with the Spirit of Angora Angora. Now, when the music plays, you can feel free to follow instructions, you know. Hand up in the sky and you're all there clapping. No, that's not a poetry or a coffee house. When they tell you hand up in the sky, all right, I have to walk you through it. When you have hand up in the sky, you have to pretend like you are a banana tree. All right, so like here's our banana plantation. And y'all are the banana trees. Your arms and hands are the leaves. So you're going to wave or sway, whatever they do in the wind, that's what you're going to do. Do not come there and clap when they say hand up in the sky. It's not working like that for me. Yes, darling. You want a drink? You know, I thought I was not going to get that kind of problems tonight. What would you like to drink, darling? All I can offer you is water on ice. I can give you a double shot if you like that. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, later on we have the big band DYP coming through, and I was informed that they're not performing by themselves. In fact, we have a stellar cast of Saint Lucian performers coming to party with them. And I've seen one in the back already. He's very early. Ricky T is already here.
We just saw on stage Expressions Carnival Band, a new band, Gillen, with two queens, Beverly Thomas and Malia Crick. Tell us about the costumes that we saw and the what you were able to deduce from the costumes and the portrayal that you know Expressions is bringing to the stage this year.
Yeah, well, Expressions is a new carnival band, and the theme is centered around Africa, Ngongora, which is basically a crater in the Serengeti. So there's really showing aspects of I think Asha was the first one that came on stage, so it was more the greenery. You saw some of a giraffe in there, you saw some tribal images in there. The last one, Malia, just went on there. You actually saw some tribal images again, the pattern African fabric, what have you. So it really sings to the theme. And again, that is what the judges are looking for. You know, the use of materials. So you have to say you don't Africa. I want to see African fabric. And we see things that will actually tie in the African concept into the costume. So I think Expression did that, executed that very well.
We'll now take back to the stage for the other queen, the fifth queen for this evening.
If sometimes you see that I'm mad, don't you know no one alive can always be an angel? When everything goes wrong, you see some bad. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.
Fate brought three women out one night, up against the skyline of the city's bright light. There, temptation lay at their feet. They would triumph tonight from a whoring life that they once quit, or fall prey to temptation's agonizing defeat. Their dual personalities begin to wrestle with their plight, each trying hard to keep their colorful ass out of sight. They should turn their backs on sin's entice, or go spread their wings in Sin City's sinful paradise.
I'm never mean to take it out on you. Life has its problems, and I get more than my share. But that's one thing
From the band Island Tribe, we proudly turn the spotlight on immorality, indecency, and vulgarity that has invaded the beauty of our pageantry. The lovely Nicole St. Helen is at the helm of this costume, which is beautifully designed, masterfully decorated, and superbly accessorized with shiny sequins, beads, luminous foils, and braids that adds finishing touches. This costume was designed by the ingenious CEEN Greaves and the Masters Crew, and sponsored by gold sponsor Dreamy Weddings and Tours St. Lucia, Peter and Company Distributors, Johnson's Hardware Limited, Jean-Marie Gas Station, Villa Beach Apartments, and Quick Pick Services. A beautiful costume entitled Sin City, Island Tribe. We pride ourselves in always to amaze, elevate, and educate. Ladies and gentlemen, Island Tribe proudly presents a glittering metropolis of lustful indulgence. Sin City.
Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.
Rapid. Been working for a while. I barely see my child. Hey, been working for so long. Hey, I barely know these songs. Hey. Well, you see today they wanna clock out. Boss tell me anything, then I'll walk out. A ticket in my pocket and it pop out. I need a glass of rum to put in my mouth. Yeah. Well, you see today they wanna clock out. Boss tell me anything, then I'll walk out. A ticket in my pocket and it pop out. I need a glass of rum to put in my mouth. My coca say yeah. My friends and them say yeah. Pass me a rum, let me catch on fire, yeah. My people them say yeah. When you see me clock up.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Island Tribe, Sin City. Yeah, Papa. Me tell you, that's the first time I see certain fellas come a little bit closer to the stage, for the whole night. We have to say a big thank you, of course, to all the carnival bands for coming out and portraying their masterful craft here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have to be appreciative here of the king and queen of the band.
Sin City, Gillan, it took me a while to see exactly what was happening on the stage. There was a lot of glitz, there was a lot of shimmering happening on the inside of the costume. Can the materials that are used, can they be a distraction to what is being portrayed, or is that deliberate to get you to keep looking?
Well, again, we're doing this at nights, and then you have lights coming on it. So a lot of the designers would use these foils and these holographic materials. So when the lights hit it, and then the movement, you actually get this glittering and flickering effect, which kind of wows persons at the end of the day. And even when they're being used come next week on the road, the sun will strike it again and add to that. So, but what they're trying to depict was the center was structures, buildings in Las Vegas. So you'd actually see the silhouettes of that, and then the foils were the glass or the windows, basically, of the buildings. So again, it's the use of the materials. So if I want to bring out windows, I would not use cardboard. I would not use Bristol board. I'd use reflective foils to actually shape it properly and actually bring that contrast.
So we are getting an appreciation for materials that could be used to bring out effects and essentially show off what the designer wants you to see in the costumes. We're going to be taking you over to the stage for our next queen. Fusion is on stage.
Is music. Music can best be described as an art of arranging sounds in harmony to produce a continuous unified composition of sounds. But to me, music can best be described as an escape from the monotony of everyday life, an inspiration, energy and refuge. It has no boundaries. It is for thought. Makes you happy, makes you free. What is this sound? Saxophone, known for playing piano and keyboards, alto and soprano saxophones, clarinet, steel pan, guitar recorder, and sings too. Barbara Cadet expresses music as things which simply cannot be taught because of past experiences, and who you are determines the interpretation of black notes on white paper. Ronald Boo Hinkson, guitarist who combines jazz with soca music. He started his career by forming the band True Tones in 1968. Marilyn Baptiste, the prominent Lady Lynn, what can I say? Known for her famous song, Woman in a March, and with her powerful singing voice in the Calypso arena for 33 years, was awarded the Peter Gold Medal in 2005. And what is Carnival without Papa Vader? I can say no more. Four-time Calypso King of Saint Lucia with his spectacular Walk and Wine. My costume is a tribute to these four musical icons. 5 panels displaying their pictures decorated in a series of colors. The centerpiece, covered in blue, displays simple musical notes, a representation of musical sounds. Ladies and gentlemen, from Fusion Mass, Rosemary Paris portraying a tribute to the icons. Costume designed and built by Old Paris and decorated by Mascam crew.
Yo, lights! We make the party get hard. Yo, sniper! Fire, fire! Bombs are burning down. Party turn up when we reach. We reach. Turn up, turn up. Party turn up when we reach. We reach. Different shell, 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 shell. Different shell, 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 shell. I never meet a friend that could conquer me. Never. Can't conquer me at all. Never, never. Go with the shelling properly. And we the smash up all. Cause you can drink all of me. You can fret all of me. Can't no call of me. One. Never, never. Fire, fire. All set burning down. Burn it up, we go burn it down. Tear it up, we go tear it down. Would be 100 bad party. My G, we going all. Cause my crew, we on Manale. We just never back down. Cause you can drink all of me. You can fit all of me. Can't no gallery. One, never. Fire, fire. All for money down. Money down, we go money down. Get it down, we go get it down. Oh, party turn up when we reach. Party turn we reach. Party turn up. Oh, party turn up when we reach. We reach.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give her a round of applause. Rosemary Paris representing Fusion Mass, a tribute to the icons. That was band number 7. I really need to stop telling you all my old business because I went backstage and people laughing at me because I said when I got burnt by hot glue, I never went back to the mass camp. Anybody here ever get burnt by hot glue before? Did y'all go back and do the same thing again? Y'all did the same thing. Y'all just like punishment.
This is the king and queen of the bands, and you are seeing the queens. We have 12 of them, Gillen, 12 carnival queens, but not necessarily from 12 carnival bands, because we have seen 2 queens coming from one particular band. We just saw Fusion Mass, and we were talking about the gliding, Gillen, on stage, and you were explaining it has to do with the materials that are being used.
Well, with Rosemary's costume, from what I know, the designer is Trinidadian-based. Her husband is Paris. So I know he uses aluminum. So most of the other persons use a lot of steel, heavy materials from the local market in Saint Lucia. But I know Paris imports his material. So he would use a lot of something called fiberglass rods. If you saw Rosemary's costume, it would reflect when she's moving. So she uses fiberglass rods and aluminum rods, which are lighter. That's why she's able to glide across the stage much easier with the previous costume that came on stage, where you actually saw the revelers holding on and trying to pull in the costume. Well, Rosemary had the hands spread, she was moving and enjoying herself. So again, she's a veteran in this, so she knows how to the use of materials and how to make use of the costume and how to glide on stage, what have you, and actually do movements, actually show the judges the full extent of the craftsmanship behind the costume. So again, to me, one of the best movements on stage for the night so far, Rosemary.
Thanks for that, Gillen. King and queen of the bands, we are bringing you the live action from the SAB. We will be taking you back to the stage for the next queen, who is coming from Tribe of 12.
The Tribe of 12 presents Abba Glow. Of all the wondrous things that first were made, the oceans were the most vast, for they covered 2/3 of the surface of this earth, and their depth and diversity were without end. And all manner of life thrived therein, making manifest the glory with which they were gifted to this world, for the delight and sustenance of all people. From the band Tribe of 12, from the section Ocean, this is Abba Glow, played by Kim Daisy. She is the very spirit of the sea. The water is her temple. The curved dome of ocean crowns her with bubbles of air and light. Shafts of golden sunshine pierce the depths to find her amid sea fans, reefs and corals, sea grasses, urchins, and the dancing jellyfish which nurture and defend her. And she moves about her kingdom, the sea floor rippling outward, a grand skirt encrusted with shells and starfish and seahorses just burst into this bright blue world. From the band Tribe of 12, from the section Ocean, this is Abba Glow, played by Kim Daisy. landmark events in association with Saint Lucia Distillers Limited.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together one more time for Kim Daisy, representing the Tribe of 12, Abba Glow. We want to say a quick thank you before we move into our next band. We will say thank you to our sponsors, the Carnival Planning and Management Committee, CPMC, the Bands Association, the Carnival Bands Association for tonight's production. A big thank you to them. Give them a round of applause, please, folks. We love that about them. Ensuring everything is in order for King and Queen of the Bands. Yes, Dan, what can I do for you? What do you need?
Abba Glow on stage there, Gillan from Tribe of 12. You could clearly see what the commentator was explaining, going into the costume and coming out on stage. Is the designer making a concerted effort in the portrayal, in the description, to be able, so that the viewer doesn't have to think too much what's happening?
Well, again, like I said, some of these things actually come from a section in a band. So I think the section Adrian is doing is ocean. So like you saw jellyfish. So you cannot mistake a jellyfish and ocean. You cannot disconnect the two of them. So again, so on the road, you would have the colors. You saw the blues and the whites and the silvers, the iridescence of that aspect of things. So again, it's a... When you plan, when you design a costume, you think about all aspects of it. And you don't want person to just get it on a snap. So for him, at the end of the day, it's, you know, you're in ocean. What is the most striking thing that persons can see? You want movement, you want flowing aspects of it. A jellyfish. So one person see it, definitely could understand what it is at the end of the day. So it is a master at this. I mean, at the end of the day, you saw the craftsmanship, you saw the details in all aspects of things, from the smallest piece of things to the most largest thing. You saw the intricacy. She's a queen, you saw the crown on top. So I mean, and like I said, Adrian is the master at this. So I mean, we saw the best of Adrian there, and we have a next one from Adrian coming on stage right now.
And let's take you to the stage for the second queen from Tribe of 12, Sharon Tanner.
Inspired by Black Gospel and our own journey from bondage to liberty, this is Palm Sunday Redemption, a remembrance of joy through the glory of atonement. It is the joy and glory of that first Sunday when palms were uplifted as a welcome to the city of Jerusalem. Shaped by that same uplifting spirit, the robed celebrant is imaged here, dancing beneath her golden palms. Arms and robes raised in praise, she is joined by her sisters in the ancestral tableau above her. They too are uplifted and dance with the joy of the redeemed as shafts of light ascend heavenward like our prayers. In an abundance of mercy, we can all celebrate the sovereignty of free will, the sacrament of forgiveness, and the blessing of redemption which she feels here as surely as the spirit which drives her forward. From the band Tribe of 12, this is Sharon Tanner playing Palm Sunday Redemption. Baron Foods in association with Landmark Events.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give her a round of applause. Sharon Tanner, Palm Sunday Redemption, representing the band Tribe of 12. Hello, I ask for a round of applause, please. Hello, please give them a round. Thank you very much. Yes, remember the
Sharon
rules.
Tanner from Tribe of 12. Another one of our queens, Gillan. Is there a limit as to the height that a costume can be, or the size or the width that a costume can be on stage?
On stage, no. In the past, we've had the stage actually be on ground, so actually take that into consideration, because as you can see, as it's on stage, you have factors like the speakers and all these things, the instruments backstage. So you have to be mindful of all of these sometimes when you construct a costume, that you can't go too wide that you might hit something and break a part of your costume. Height is not an issue because the stage is really high, but then again, for the road, you have to consider that as well, because you have the lines, the power lines, or the cable lines on the road. So again, the designer has to be mindful. I can't go maybe past 25 feet, because on the road I don't want my costume to hit something, an obstacle on the road. So these are the little things that you could think of, but then at the end of the day, most of the costume are slotted on, so you can always take it out at the end of the day, bend it, and then pass that obstacle and put it back on. So, but for hair, it doesn't matter how high you go, but the wide is a factor, like I said, because of the speakers and the other things that you may have on stage.
Okay, we are bringing you live coverage of King and Queen of the Band. We have 12 queens on stage tonight, and we are expecting 10 kings, I believe, from, if my memory serves me right, 10 kings and 12 queens who are portraying sections or themes of their carnival bands here for Carnival 2023. Given one of the things I particularly like as it relates to the costumes is, well, I think we'll talk about that in a little bit, but let's take you to the stage for the next queen, who is from Royalites Carnival Band. Let's take you to the stage for the next queen.
Vendor. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Natalie Dujo, portraying the Vendor from Royalites Extreme Carnival Band.
Royalites Carnival Band for their 2023 Portrayal World Fest presents Natalie Dujon, the Vendor. Mashadi's Golo. She undulates across the road, her arms aloof, skillfully balancing her wares atop a rolled torsion, positioned on her head. The gaudy beads, colorful adornments typify the beauty of her Mashadis. The busiest of colors emulate her Mashadis. The orange of a mango, oranges, red of the pomme d'amour, yellow of the guava, peppers, fruits, all the colors together, mirroring each other in a kaleidoscope burst of color. That is the life of a Mashadis, plying her wares at the local market. Today will be a great day as celebration reigns. It's the Creole Festival, and sales will be huge. Wivades, Mashadis Glolo. Natalie Dujon is the Vendor. Nathalie Dujon, the vendor. Her costume was designed and decorated by the Royalites Mass Camp crew.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Nathalie Dujon from the Royalites Extreme Carnival Band. The vendor is the portrayal. And that brings us to the end of the Queen's segment for King and Queen of the Band. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you all to give every single band that came on stage a round of applause, starting with Phoenix Carnival Band. We also had Zuvo, Expressions Carnival Band, Island Tribe, Fusion Mass. We say big thank you to Tribe of 12, Royalites Extreme Carnival Band as well. Give them all.
You're viewing King and Queen of the Bands for 2023. We have just seen the Queen's portrayals. Gillen, your thoughts on what you saw, what you didn't see, what you would like to see?
Again, it's a good outing for a lot of the queens. You saw costume from new bands. I mean, it's always a good thing to see new bands coming on stream and actually bringing out costumes. And the quality of the costume for a new band, I mean, in the past you had new bands bring out smaller costumes, but we saw Expression bring out some bigger costumes to actually on par with some of the other bands, the more veteran bands in there. So, I mean, kudos to them for that. Like I said, it's a good turnout for all of the bands that actually brought the costumes on stage. I mean, I had my favorites. I mean, I don't want to be biased towards some of it, but I mean, there were some costumes that stood out at the end of the day. Like for sure, Adrian was one of those. The two costumes from Tribe of 12. Excellent costume. You could see the craftsmanship, so the movement on stage, the presentation was there. Like I was telling you off camera, everything was recorded beforehand, so you could actually get the message across there. So you have no mistakes when Adrian comes across when he does that type of thing. You know, he's able to add the sound effects. You can see the lighting, it's on par with what is being portrayed on stage at the same time. And some of the other bands don't do that. So you could clearly see that Adrian has mastered the craft in terms of how to bring out a costume and present the costume on stage to the judges. So some of the other bands need to look back at these videos and actually see what Adrian is doing, what is working for him, and learn from that. You know, so for me, that's what they need to do.
One of the things that I like to see, I was indicating to you before we went on to the last queen, is the way, the nimbleness with which some of the kings or queens are able to move on stage with. Does that, do you think, well, I imagine it's a combination of factors. One, experience, and two, the costume itself. But do you think that, which of these do you think has the most impact on how a contestant or a king or queen is able to move along with the costume?
The critical thing is the costume at the end of the day. How the costume is made. There's something we call when you're making costume, whether the costume is balanced or not. So when you balance the costume, is that the left side, the right side is equal in terms of weight. Even the top of the costume is not top heavy. So all of these things, someone making a costume has to take into consideration. So yes, I may design a costume, but the person a veteran person, a costume that is not balanced, they will not move that costume on stage for you. So you need to balance the costume enough and use the right materials, like I said, at the end of the day. Saint Lucia, we tend to use a lot of steel and heavy materials, whilst persons who go overseas and shop, which allows the costume to be as grand as you saw, but nimble. I just some persons, they didn't hold the costume, it was just strapped to their waist, and they were able to glide on stage very easily, and they were able to move the costume and add presentation to the costume. So you could clearly see the persons who actually took the effort to balance the costume and use the right material to the costume so that the carrier was able to be a part of the costume and enjoy the costume. So these are the things that, as a designer and a builder, you have to consider when you're making a costume.
Thank you so much for that, Gillan. I'm learning quite a bit, in as much as you see these things and you like them, but when you understand all of those things that have to be taken into consideration to get that product going, it gives you a deeper appreciation for what is happening behind the scenes, to be able to give you something on the road or on stage tonight as we sing. We have taken a break from to sort of, I suppose, allow the kings to get ready for their portrayals. So what we can do right now is take a break from here, and when we come back, we are going to take you to the stage for the kings, who are going to grace the stage with their costumes.
Summer adventures, Saint Lucia style. Summer wardrobe, Saint Lucia style. Summer warmth, Saint Lucia style. Summer nights, Saint Lucia style. Summer loving, Saint Lucia style. This year, dive into summer, Saint Lucia style.
Pretty Saint Lucia.
It is sizzling this summer at Caribbean Metals Limited with the Heatwave promotion. Hot deals on construction products. Very hot deals. Plus, you can win an air-conditioned unit. For more details, feeling hot with the Caribbean Metals Heatwave promotion today.
All roads lead to Massey Stores Mega this Carnival season with huge savings. Buy one, get one free on select Castillo San Simon wines. Buy two, get one free on Win wines. And buy one, get one half off on Waitrose, Echo Falls, Bodega, Select Castillo, and Shadolini wines. Check our website for more details and see you at Massey Stores Mega Carnival Liquor Sale. Remember to swipe your Massey card. Sale ends July 15th.
This is how we play the game. This is how we play. And we gon' represent and show them who we stand for.
Warning. The Surgeon General cautions the public about the dangers of stress to their physical and mental well-being, and as such has dedicated July 14th as Mental Day. On Friday, July 14th, Red Unlimited and Radio Caribbean International present Color Me Red. Color Me Red. Mental Day. A day to forget your troubles, unwind, and recharge for Carnival 2023. Color Me Red with Kess the Band, Patrice Roberts, Lyrical, Nyla Blackman, and more at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground from 8 p.m. Tickets are available at Radio Caribbean International, Steve's Barbershop, The Cell, TM Antoine Partners, Courts, Travel and Leisure Center, and redevents.fourcirclestickets.com. Come experience the energy. Color Me Red. Friday, July 14th. Sponsored by...
I'm in town, let me take you around. Pretty Saint Lucia. It's my town, I'ma take you around. Pretty Saint Lucia. Pretty Saint Lucia.
It is sizzling this summer at Caribbean Metals Limited with the Heatwave promotion. Hot deals on construction products. Very hot deals. Plus, you can win an air-conditioned unit in the Heatwave promotion at Caribbean Metals and cool down. Hot deals on so many items. So, hurry and get your Heatwave promotion deal today. Promotion runs from June to August while stock lasts. See our in-store, social media, and our website for more details. Feeling hot with the Caribbean Metals Heatwave promotion today.
All roads lead to Massey Stores Mega this Carnival season with huge savings. Buy one, get one free on select Castillo San Simon wines. Buy two, get one free on Win wines. And buy one, get one half off on Waitrose, Echo Falls, Bodega, Select Castillo, and Shadolini wines. Check our website for more details and see you at Massey Stores Mega Carnival Liquor Sale. Remember to swipe your Massey card. Sale ends July 15th.
me that you care. Just show me that you care. I will even die for you. Girl, I'll never lie to you. Fly across the sky for you. If you show me that you care, just show me that you care. Your waist like a tire. I'm watching it rolling. One thing I admire, the way how it rolling. I'm walking on water, just to get that boomsy. I'm all in your boomsy. I'm all on that boomsy. Take that big bumper, let me see. Can I take a wine on your property? Girl, you have the lightness, healing for your tightness. Love the way you whine in disorderly. Baby, I will cry for you. I will testify for you. Walk 1,000 miles for you. If you show me that you care, just show me that you care. Your waist like a tire. I'm watching it rolling. One thing I admire, the way how it rolling. I'm walking on water, just to get that boomsy. I'm all in your boomsy. I'm all on that boomsy. Take a picture, keep a memory. Me and you, hell yeah, could be a family. I know you got that sweetness, craving for that thickness. Love how we connect when you whine at me. I will even die for you. Girl, I'll never lie to you. Fly across the sky for you. If you show me that you care, just show me that you care. Your waist like a tire. I'm watching it rolling. One thing I admire, the way how it rolling. I'm walking on water, just to get that boomsy. I'm all in your boomsy. I'm all on that boomsy. Cry for you.
Head and hyper. Hold on. Appreciate you for knocking some real old school hits. Thank you very much for that. Now, little later on, DYP will be here and they will be performing. So I do not expect you to play the artists who will be here performing live with DYP. We have people like Shemi J coming on, Ricky T going to perform, Teddyson John, Umpa, Bronx and Mata, Hollywood HP, Arthur, Ezra, and Fidel. But they have more artists still, Hyper D. Play me something new, please.
Prepare to be mesmerized at the National King and Queen of the Bands competition on Monday, July 10th from 8 p.m. 11 bands will contend for the coveted title with their portrayals for 2023. Entertainment by DYP and St. Lucia's leading soca artists. This one will be one to remember. Tickets cost $20 and are available at Steve's Barbershop, the Cell Outlets Island-wide, and the St. Lucia box office in Rodney Bay. St. Lucia Carnival. Nothing sweeter than that.
Somewhere between cerulean blue and golden yellow is a color called Lucian Carnival. The color of rhythm, the color of artistry, the color of revelry. From juve to jumper, from festival to fete, from mass to music, our soul, our heartbeat, our vibe. Answer the call to color. Lucian Carnival, July 7th to 19th, 2023.
It is sizzling this summer at Caribbean Metals Limited with the Heatwave promotion. Hot deals on construction products. Very hot deals. Plus, you can win an air conditioning unit in the Heatwave promotion at Caribbean Metals and cool down. Hot deals on so many items. So, hurry and get your Heatwave promotion deal today. Promotion runs from June to August while stock lasts. See our in-store, social media, and our website for more details. Feeling hot with the Caribbean Metals Heatwave promotion today.
All roads lead to Massey Stores Mega.
This is how we play the game. This is how we play. And we gon' represent and show them who we stand for.
Hello, all y'all props. Come in and scare me like that. Look at I jump off the whole stage. I want to acknowledge our friends watching us live on our YouTube platform, also social media, and those of you watching at home, thank you very much for joining and tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the king of the bands? Band number 1 is Zuvo. On the road, they will be portraying Down the Rabbit Hole. Tonight, the portrayal is entitled, Who is the Real Mad Hatter? Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Lamar Siffley representing Zuvo Carnival Band.
Who's the real Mad Hatter? Is it me? No, it's me. It's all of you, Sally. A land full of wonder, mystery, and danger. Some say to survive it, you need to be as mad as a hatter. Which, luckily, I am. If I had a world of my own, everything will be nonsense. Nothing would be what it is, because everything would be what it isn't.
Enough talking, Hatter. Let me explain. The Mad Hatter, a man of many identities, moods and traits, dreamt alive by his best friend Alice, an elusive character and a mystery to many. No one truly feels like they know the real Mad Hatter, or do they? In his realm of color and creativity, there are many personalities who sit and wait for the beckoning of his call. Mad Hatter's world is nonsense, or rather, nonsense. His pale face depicts hatters of the Victorian era with mercury poisoning causing insanity. In the past, creatives were plagued with the feeling of falling miles deep down the rabbit hole. They were simply labeled as mad. Little did they know, the real Mad Hatter is true to the aphorism that madness and creative genius are two sides of the same coin. Like scientists, artists, politicians, who balance the great divide between schizophrenia and the muses of creative illumination. As portrayed in his masterful costume, Hatter goes through a wide range of emotions. In his realm, he finds friends at the asylum, also known as his Mad Tea Party, and they too share common traits. The Tea Party enjoys a game of cards,
with soldiers, clubs, and guards.
Time appears to stand still.
Is it 6 o'clock still?
They mock the etiquette of time while breaking almost every rule possible.
Presenting Lamar Siffley from Zuvo Carnival in his true essence as the real Mad Hatter. This artistic expression was created within Zuvo Carnival production mascot. Welcome to Saint Lucia Carnival, Mad Hatter. Indeed, we are all mad around here.
Can you kill her? 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 Who jumping in yellow? Who jumping in green? Let me see you put up your hand and represent for your team. Who jumping in red? Who jumping in blue? I want you to show your costume, represent for your crew. So show me your house. Who fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Who fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Who fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Who fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Now show me your house. So tell me nothing, cause I in my house. I don't care about who or when. What you talking about? They talking. Some of them
the fuck are you? Fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? My house, my team, call me the Viking. Cause when I come down like 300 I fighting. The pressure rising, we not a plating. The place on fire, so call the fire engine. Anywhere we go, we taking it. Shattering barriers, breaking it. All the defense now, we shaking it. Now take out your back and take out your flag and represent your house. Who fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Who fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Who fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Who fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Who jumping in yellow? Who jumping in green? Like I say, you put up your hand and represent for your team. Who jumping in red?
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for our first band on the Zuvo Carnival Band. Lamar Sifley with the portrayal, Who is the Real Mad Hatter?
We're looking for a king of the band, and that's number 1 out of the 10 possible kings we will be seeing tonight. Lamar Sifley from Zuvo Carnival Band. What your thoughts, Gillen, on that particular costume?
Interesting costume, interesting concept from Lamar. The idea of the imagery, you have the head, then you have the different moves the Mad Hatter would go through. Because there are times you see him depressed, sometimes he's excited, sometimes he's going crazy. So all of these things were highlighted in the costume there, you know. And Lamar really brought that character there because he was a Mad Hatter himself. He had the wig on, the face paint, what have you. So he was, again, the player became part of the costume what he's trying to portray.
How does a designer get one to understand exactly those characters if the person is not necessarily versed with that particular concept? We could talk about that in a little bit, but let's go over to the stage for our second king, who is Frederick Laurent.
Island Tribe!
Place in New Orleans they call the rising sun. It's been the ruin of many a poor man, and Lord knows I'm one.
On the city's edge at Marshall, Fetz Luck, better known as the Rising Sun, made solely of galvanized and solid mahogany, wood aged by the passage of time, but kept alive and well by its paying clientele. It was infamous for the sounds of shrieking floorboards, rusty door hinges, and doorknobs that seemed to irritate the aristocratic snobs that snuck through the back door after having 1 or 2 glasses of grog go to their head. But even more infamous for the sounds of its squeaking spring iron beds, the crummy old house sucks, but the exotic, erotic pleasure derived therein can cost a sugar daddy thousands of bucks. Business was never better, as each waking day some horny old Marco came in for sizzling sex in exchange for pay. Like any Kai bomb, brothel, or bordello, the memories of old men made there at the Rising Sun are still spoken by lustful young men today. With all its insatiable joy and exceeding fun, the Rising Sun is a house that you should stay away from. Wives, warn your husbands. Mothers, your son. Shun that house, the one they call the Rising Sun. The incomparable Cedric Laura is captured in the luminous rays of brilliant sun. Its beauty and majesty consumes him, and its energy overwhelms. Unable to resist its mesmerizing bliss, a prisoner he becomes at best, longing for the day he can free from these bars of immorality, right here in Sin City. Glittering braids and sequins, foils, and decorative motifs are all used effectively to create this imaginative costume, designed by CEEN Greaves and the Mass Masters Group. This costume is sponsored by gold sponsor Dreamy Weddings and Tours Saint Lucia, Johnson's Hardware Limited, Peter and Company Distributors, Jean-Marie Gas Station, Villa Beach Apartments, and Quick Pick Services. Ladies and gentlemen, a beautiful costume entitled The Rising Sun.
There is a place in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun. So mama, tell your children, please stay away.
Well, I'm about to pop the question. So, will you marry me?
Yes, I will.
Well, if 1 + 1 is 2, that is me and Sue. When it comes to cooking, you know Sue like it too. Well, I said Sue said she like it so. 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 Sue said she like it. 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 Well, I said Sue said she like it so. 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 Sue said she like it. 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 Eh eh. When I pop the question, Sue told me yes I do. Told me yes I do. Anything you want, baby, I will do for you. Bring down the stars for you. Bring down the moon for you. Anything you want me to, baby girl, I will do for you. Roses are red, baby, violets are blue. Sous mes contos, coco, je compte la boue. Tiens, mes cabas compte un bout. Les mes passages, je n'ai pas. Well, I have the remedy and Sakai like the who. Well, I said, Sue said she like it so. 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 Sue said she like it. 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 Well, I said, Sue said she like it so. 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 Sue said she like it. 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 Baby, I will love you up. Baby, I will hug you up. Yes, we'll kiss and caress you and I will lock you up. Baby, I will love you up. Baby, I will hug you up. I will hug you. We'll kiss and caress you and I will lock you up. Roses are red, baby, violets are blue. Sous mes contos, coco, je compte la boue. Tiens, mes cabas compte un bout. Les mes passages, je n'ai pas. Well, I have the remedy and Sakai like the who. Well, I said, Sue said she like it so. 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 Sue said she like it. 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 Well, I said, Sue said she like it so. 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 Sue said she like it.
Hey, hey. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applause. Cedric Laurent, representing Island Tribe, the Rising Sun. So that's what Subans meant. How you mean? How many
I'm wondering there, Gillan, if that was Sue on stage. Was that Sue? Okay, so there we have it. Island Tribe Carnival Band with their first king. I believe there is another. Is that Island Tribe, the next costume coming on? Do you know? I'm not sure what it is. Okay, so we just saw Island Tribe. Frederick Laurent with a portrayal. You explaining, Gillan, that the okay. Explain to the listeners now, because you're explaining to me during the break. During the portrayal, what exactly was happening on stage in terms of the presentation of the costume.
Yeah. So the costume was basically depicting the sun. I just saw a picture came on, not a picture, but the presentation of a brothel went by, and then you had basically the morning after, which is the memories that you would have as to what transpired the night before. So all the ecstasy, all the exuberance that you had the night before. You had the night before. So this is what you don't want to see. You don't want the sun to catch you there. So that's what Cedric is actually portraying.
Awesome. Beautiful portrayal there. Let's take you back to the stage for the next portrayal. Giovanni Santoma is on stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, the African lion roars again on the world scene. Afrobeat, originating from the Nigerian plains and now a force to be reckoned with in the international music scene. The world has stopped to listen, and artists from far and wide are flocking to the roar of the lion as it dominates the music world. Ladies and gentlemen, Fusion Mars presents Giovanni St. Omar in this masterful creation of the African lion, taking his rightful place on the world stage as king in this music jungle. Costume designed, created and carried by Giovanni St. Omar. Afrobeat is king.
So easy.
Yeah.
Hey, ha. Boy, I'm in Oh, can't take bad hearing. Give me now your cool hearing. Let me tell them how the thing goes. How the thing goes. Okay. Chebe make a tamua. Say my tukina go join God. You want to bamba? You wanna G with the big boys? Now you the wrong, get the wrong, get enough with drink with a drop cup. Hey, so you see how the thing goes? Oh, you're telling me who blend you? And who? Alright, take it easy and let's play the behind the waist. Okay. Oh man, I'm good evening. Okay. This one of this level no we can't use. Go school, you go the prem tools. Another parameter set you want it from two. See, even your papa not to save you. For all the cannabis when they pick it done do. Man, all the niggas don't find you. Because that nigga will you tell why he don't move. Or why he don't move. Hey, come on, let's go. Chebe make a samoa. Say my tukina go join God. You want to bamba? You wanna G with the big boys? Now you the wrong, get you the wrong, get enough with drink with a drop cup. Hey, Chebe, you see how the thing goes? After telling me who blends you and who? Okay. Okay, come on, let's go. Okay, because you made it to the top throne, let me see what my Godfather can do. Cause it's the father to the fatherless, and mother to the motherless, and not to know what can do. We promise not to fight again, not to do anything that we hurt again. Cause if you do, let me say you don't talk again. And another time you go on again, that's why. Chebe make a tamua. Say my tukina go join God. You want to bamba? You wanna G with the big boys? Now you the wrong, get you the wrong, get enough with drink with a drop cup. Hey,
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Fusion Masters, Giovanni St. Homer. Afrobeat is king. We need to say a quick thank you to our partners, the government of St. Lucia, through the Ministry of Tourism and the Creative Industries for St. Lucia Carnival. Also, let's say thank you to the Carnival.
We saw a lion on stage in all of his glory. Gillen, tell us about that costume and that portrayal and some of the elements in the costume that made it so striking.
Well, the band is Fusion Mass, and they play in basically music songs from around the world. And this one is based on Afrobeats. Afrobeats being from Africa. So one of the things when you think of Africa, you think of lions from a king perspective. So that's what Giovanni brought out. He actually brought a lion on stage. And like I was telling you, off the bat, person might not be able to tell, but Giovanni has a signature style or material that he uses, which is cardboard. So what you saw, most of this was cardboard. And what he would do, he would shape it and bend it and actually mold it into whatever shape that he wants. And then now he would paint it, airbrush it, what have you, and then seal it. So from an average person looking on, you would never tell that's cardboard. But Giovanni's a master at using cardboard, you know. Every designer has their own style. I have my style, Giovanni has his style, Adrian has his style, person like Dylan Pitkin has his. Everybody have their own style, and you're comfortable with that style. And Giovanni's comfortable with working with cardboard, you know, and he's a master at it.
And you said that I wouldn't be able to tell, and you told me so, and I'm trying to look into the costume and I can't tell. So absolutely beautiful there. It was an amazing portrayal there, and the people on stage there with him. You were mentioning earlier on that this only adds to the presentation, the other individuals on the stage, and that is part of the presentation of the costume. So let's take you back to the stage for the next king, who has his costume on display. So let's take you to the stage for that presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Craig Hyacinth.
Tribe of 12 presents Papa Job, seducing the nation. This is not your grandmother, devil, not your grandfather, Papa Job. This fella's smooth, savvy, sexy, with sweet talk to hook you in, not frighten you away. This guy don't need your jewelry, your credit card or bank account. This saga boy just want your soul, your spirit, your consciousness. Control is all he want. This man don't care to hear your voice. He only wants your vote. And when you see he have you, you cannot make a note. He only flies first class. He don't need no big bat wing. He has style, he have bling. Designer suit, Snapchat, IG, LinkedIn, Cambridge Analytica does do good work for him. And if you think this side of him is dark and sleek and dangerous, what you see he leave behind is 1,000,000 times more worse. A trail of broken hopes and dreams, a wake of human suffering. From the band Tribe of 12, from the section Temptation, this is your Papa Job, seducing the nation. Played by Craig Hyacinth and presented by KFC in association with First National Bank.
Diamond light, lover boy, he moves in space with minimum waste, maximum joy, city light.
to ask. He's a smooth operator. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Coast to coast, LA to Chicago, Western Maine.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Craig Hyacinth from Tribe of 12, Papa Jab, seducing the nation.
I have to tell you, Gillian, I've never been so enticed by Papa Jab before. Papa Jab is usually very frightening. I was, Papa Jab took me in, Papa Jab had me, Papa Jab caught me, as Adrian said.
And that was the whole point of it. This section is temptation. So the whole idea of it is actually to lure you in and bring you, seduce you and lure you to the whole thing. So again, it is a master at this. So again, the music that is used actually adds to the portrayal on stage and actually the description in the costume.
But Papa Jab was displayed there in a very different way. I mean, you usually see Papa Jab not so as frightening as I indicated. What is it you think he did with the costume that made him so alluring?
If you watch the player, he was not your usual Jab that we know, using the pitchfork to stab or have you and try to cheat you. It's really now seductive movements, and he had a skin tight suit on him, so you were seeing all his body parts, and then the whole point of this is to actually draw you in, and I guess more the women than anything else, to draw them into the whole idea of the costume. So again, this section is temptation, so every element that you'd use in there is to actually add value to that. So this would be one of the sections, or the costume that would actually be leading a section on stage or on the portrayal come next week. So at the end of the day, Adrian would actually plan this out, that when he reads the description, you actually see it and the music adds value to that. And then, you know, the judges will, like you, I saw you dancing and moving, so I could only assume that the same effect would be on the judges as well, and as anything else. These things draw emotions, and all of that would affect how they score at the end of the day.
All right, well, there you have it. Another one of our kings on stage as part of the King and Queen of the Band competition for Carnival 2023. We are bringing you coverage from the SAB. We have seen 12 queens, and we're expecting 10 kings. So let's take you to the stage for another king, Tribe of 12. To the stage we go.
Please put your hands together for Jordan OJ from the Tribe of 12.
Tribe of 12 presents For God So Loved the World. You know what it is to surrender one soul to save another? You have any idea what strength and courage and love that would take? So if somebody do that for you already, you don't find you should at least be grateful? From the band Tribe of 12, from the section Paradise, this is Jordan O'Shea, For God So Loved the World. Inspired by the stained glass of cathedral windows, the religious art of the Renaissance, we offer a breath of hopeful light against descending darkness. A reminder that no one need perish in the loneliness of despair. In the spirit of Walcott, St. Thomas, Césaire, we remind ourselves we are not the wretched of the earth. We can be kind, caring, beautiful people, still capable of beautiful things. this image at the center of this depiction is framed in face, not death or defeat. He is a light in his world, made in the image of his God, who surely loves him and all of us. To his left and right, not thieves, but angels attend him, reminding us of our own capacity for infinite goodness and grace. In affirmation of this capacity, the holiness of a winged spirit hovers above the dome of a bountiful earth, brimming with golden fertility, the blue of restoring waters, and the green of perennial regeneration. This is how we know our God so loved this world and all of us within it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Jordan Oje from the tribe of 12. For God so loved the world. And that brings us to the end of our...
Something about that costume gave me goosebumps. I'm not sure if it was the glistening of the lights towards the end of the presentation, when the lights glistened on the gentleman's bodice area, but it was moving.
For me, it was just the whole twist and a play on words. I'm not sure if it's caught it, but this was actually a reimagining of the crucifixion of Jesus. So you now had the image in the center, and then now you have, like Adrian said, opposed to the thieves at the side, you now have angels. So it's a whole, again, Adrian is a master at this, and it's a whole reimagining of the whole thing. His whole entire theme is basically from creation all the way through, and what we as humans have to go through. And we actually saw this there in this costume.
Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. And something that you'd mentioned earlier, Gillen, in terms of the use of lights to be able to bring out the beauty of the costume. We saw that in all of Tribe of 12's portrayals, the use of the extra lights, in addition to the extra lights, but the type of lights being used on stage to show off the costume.
Yeah, well, again, it's the use of materials as well. So you would use materials that you would know, the holographic materials, that when light shines on it, you now see a rainbow of colors. So opposed to using, let's say, a plain red fabric, then when the light shines on it, it just disappears. You'd use a red holographic fabric. So now you might see reds, yellows, green, blues in that at the end of the day. So, and then Adrian has extra lights on stage where he has the dancers who add value to that. So they're able to move with the costume as well and highlight key areas in the costume that he wants to highlight as part of the description. So when he says something, let's say he depicts the wings, the lights will be shown on the wings. So, you know, he's actually drawing attention to areas in the costume that he wants the judges to see at the end of the day. So like I said, Adrian's a master at this. He knows the theatrics about it, and then he's making the best use of it.
Speaking of making best use of it, tell us a little about the awarding of points. What you can gain points for, what you can lose points for, so that a performer or a king or queen is able to maximize the number of points that are awarded at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, again, it's the again, it's the criteria that you have set in front of you. So it's looking at your criteria and seeing what areas that you as the designer and also your costume that you want to bring out, what areas can you work towards. So something like craftsmanship, there's some costumes that you might focus more on your craftsmanship aspect of things where you focus on the small details in there because the costume are judged backstage. So the judges go up close to the costume, they touch it, they inspect it. So you would bring intricate details at that point in time to actually wow the judges. A boat, you might not be able to do that in a boat as well as, let's say, what you just saw from Adrian, where you now go all like the intricacy of a stained glass of a cathedral. So you now want to have all the small pieces cut and put together to actually mimic a stained glass window. So strikingly, that'd be more impactful on a judge opposed to wood on a boat kind of thing. So it's all these little things and the portability, the movement on stage. So you want a costume that is nimble at the end of the day, that could sway and move with the masquerader at the end of the day. Like I said, the size of the costume, where you actually utilize the costume in terms of the elements on stage, where you're able to move. We're joined by Adrian.
Yes, we're joined by the master craftsman himself. Yes. We were just talking about your costume. Yes. So you were saying, Gillen, and then we will bring Adrian in the discussion.
Yes, I was just describing in terms of your costumes, the use of materials, where you use a lot of the holographic materials, and you actually have your dancers on stage to actually highlight and actually make use of this. Because other persons may use bland materials like satins, what have you, that you not get the shimmer and the reflectiveness on. But you might utilize the holographic foils, the tricot lames and what have you, that when the light shines on it, it actually illuminates and actually brings out the concept that you want to highlight. Like your stained glass effect that you wanted to bring out there, I saw that you actually had holographic foils in there.
Yes. Well, I think the important thing is to choose the materials that really suit the portrayal. You keep your eyes open. You're a designer yourself, so you keep your eyes open for the materials that best suit. And then at the end of the day, you have to really sort of reach into your own creativity, because two of us might have the same material and not push it to the, So it's really, I think it's thinking deeply about what you're trying to achieve and then putting it together. Yeah.
Tell us a little, Adrian, about that last costume, For God So Loved the World. The use of the lights, the extra lights. What exactly? Tell us about your mind, your thought process as you use the extra lights. Because I was telling Gillen, towards the end there, I got goose pimples when the lights shone on the bodice of the costume. So tell us about your thought process as you use the extra lights to bring out certain aspects of the costume.
Well, there's two aspects to it. Number one, we're not sure what lighting we're going to get at the venue. And I have learned to ensure against that. Because, we don't have rehearsals, we don't have much of a technical script. And it's a short, it's 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So we think about that. And then we also think about what colors would bring out the mood and the theme and the materials. And we just try to do our best, If you spend that many hours on a piece of work, you should give it every opportunity to be seen at its best, because we don't do this for ourselves. We do it for our public. You do it for an audience, and you would like them to come as close to the experience as possible of what you conceive. That particular costume is a very it's a very emotional process. It talks about faith, it talks about belief, it talks about forgiveness, it talks about beauty. So you have to give the thing every opportunity to live, because it's not an easy theme. It's a big challenge dealing with those kinds of highly sensitive topics. I mean, for God so loved the world in mass, given what mass is today, but you do something with dignity and respect, and you try your best. What else can you do? That's it.
You spoke a little about, and Gillen mentioned it, the amount of time that it takes to build these costumes already takes a lot of time, I imagine, to conceptualize the theme for your portrayal on Carnival Monday and Tuesday. But to build a costume, take us through that process a little if you can.
Well, first of all, the theme came and met us. I mean, before the end of the last carnival, which is usually happens, I don't know if it's divine intervention, I usually figure out what the next year is going to be. And then I put it to my team, and because it's a sensitive statement, and I said, I think this is what we need to do. This is what we are called to do, given the circumstances in the country today. And they agreed, and so I trust in their judgment. I trust in the collective wisdom of my team, as well as the people of Saint Lucia. And I say, no, we can do this. If anybody can do this, we can do this, because of where we have, positioned ourselves as distinct and different. From there, it's a matter of sketching out the concepts, and then sort of keeping your eye open. I mean, I have a great team. People young, old, people who sew, people who stick, people who just come and be part of the process. It's a big family kind of drive, and if it were not for my team, I wouldn't be able to do any of this. So I'm very grateful to everybody in the mass camp, including people who just come by and say, I'm here tonight, what can I do? And you may not see them again, but everybody gives what they have to give. And for us, the important thing is the door is open, the process is accessible, we are accessible. You remain humble because you know you can't do this by yourself. And as I think suppressing the ego as well helps you to be more attuned, more receptive, more open, and then people feel welcome to participate. I mean, many, and I say many of the final touches in the costume do not come from me. They come from people who want to be part of the process. And so I would say, yes, what do you think? Yes, try it. Oh, that looks great, go ahead. And that's very important, because generosity is part of creative expression. It's part of the creative process. The minute you allow your ego to become the dominant thing, you lose everything. You lose everything. And there's nothing worse than a selfish artist. Nothing worse than that. You just stop growing. You stop growing and you stop reaching people because you're all up in your head. You know?
And speaking of that, Adrian, last year you brought a costume on. Your decision not to or to carry a costume, does that come from your team, or is it inspiration that you get that this year I'm going to carry a costume? This is something that I would like to bring out. Where does that decision come? How does it come?
Well, again, it really is about keeping the ego in check. The year before I stepped down, and it was entirely voluntary. I mean, I think we won almost everything. And so, you're at the peak. So step back, make room, leave on your own terms, and then as soon as you do that now, other things become possible. So I called Jordan, I said, would you be willing to do it? Yeah, I'll do it. And that was it. And the truth is also, I started Carnival making costumes for other people, not for myself. And I'm much happier building for somebody else than for myself. And even today, I said, I wish I could just send the costume off and go home. And let it live on its own, let other people own it. But apparently that time has not yet come.
Not yet.
And so I'm just glad to make space for other people. Again, it comes back to the team of people who feel they own the process, they are part of it. it's good. It opens up a whole new dimension in yourself. And as I said, I started off making masks for my brother, for a cousin of ours, because they were older than me. They could go to Carnival, I couldn't go. So my pleasure was sending them off, dressing them up and sending them off. So I think there's part of that is still me. And I'm even when I play a costume, I do my costume last. I make sure everybody else is okay, and then I do my costume last. So it's an act of generosity, it's an act of love, and I'm very pleased to be so fortunate to be able to do that. So that's it.
Well, we are wishing you all the best tonight. Beautiful costumes, I think, on stage tonight. And we wish you and the band all the best for tonight and on the road, Carnival Monday and Tuesday.
Thank you very much. And once again, thanks to our sponsors, to our benefactors, to our public, to our mass camp team, to our well-wishers, everybody who comes out to support Tribe of 12. We do love you, and we really make the mass for you, and we hope that you'll always receive it with that spirit. And that's it.
Thanks again, Adrian. There we have it, Adrian Auger with his portrayals here tonight, Queens and Kings, and we wish him and the team all the best. Gillan, generally from the costumery that you have seen there, all of the costumes that we've seen on stage tonight, how do you feel about the future of the Kings and Queens? There was a time, I remember, when it was said that King and Queen of the Bands was dead. What do you think about what we saw here tonight and the future of King and Queen of the Bands?
I think that for us, for the past few years, there's been a revitalization in the whole King and Queen of the Bands. A lot of the party bands, I used to call them, are now taking part in it. So Zubo is not one of the traditional bands, Fusion is a traditional band, but these bands understand that they need to preserve the culture. And, you know, some of the bands previously were not taking part in that, but these bands are coming into the mindset that they need to be a part of the culture. Yes, they focus on a different marketing clientele in terms of the revelers, but then just to be a part of the whole national building aspect of Carnival, they need to be involved in all aspects of it. So now you're actually seeing them taking part in the King and Queen of the Bands competition, and even Queen show as well. I think Zubo sponsored a section, or Maya Sipley, who actually carried the costume tonight. She designed the costume for Queen show as well, and they actually brought that on stage. So Zubo is one of those bands actually going ahead and actually sign themselves into different aspects of the culture. So, you know, the future is bright if bands continue doing that. And like we saw, you had new bands coming into the whole Carnival arena, and they're actually taking part in the King and Queen of the Bands. But again, they can't do it alone. Like Adrian is saying, it's a team effort, not just on his end, it's a team effort. And some of these newer bands, they don't have the capacity. So this is where different agencies or the government need to step in to help build capacity, because that's the only way that this can continue. Because I started off with Generation X, then I moved into mass action, and I stayed 10 years in mass action, learning the craft, the trade, what have you. And even in that time, I learned from Trinidad. There's a guy in Trinidad, one of the big massmen in Trinidad. I would go down to Trinidad for Carnival and actually be in his mass camp. That's when I land in Trinidad. I go to his mass camp, I drop my bag, my suitcase in his mass camp, and I'm down on the ground building costume. So I learned that aspect, you know, so that avenue is not available in Saint Lucia. It's also like Adrian, who has a mass camp that allows, and like he said, you can just walk into his mass camp and be a part of the process, you know. So these are the things that we need more and more in the other carnival bands to actually take it on, you know. So like if we have a new band who might be coming on right now, I think Island Tribe. They were there before as they rebranded. There's a new band, but the team members were from a previous band before, and it still kept that whole idea of actually being a part of the whole King and Queen of the Band element. So, you know, it's person like that, and it's that mindset that we need, and we need more persons to come into the arena and just keep doing this, because we cannot get to the point where we had freaking costumes or for Queen costumes. It made no sense. How can you ask the government to support such initiatives, spend so much money on a stage, light, all this infrastructure for 6 costumes? It's really financial. It does not make any sense. Opposed to tonight where we saw 20 costumes on stage, it makes financial sense for government to inject money into the carnival, and it's viable because nobody can say, hey, why are you wasting your money towards this? With what we saw tonight, you can actually justify that from a financial standpoint as to the reasons why we need to continue doing this, So kudos to the bands for actually continuing this and, keeping our culture alive.
Thank you so much for that, Gillen. Impressive indeed. We will be joined by members of Island Tribe to tell us a little about their portrayal for the year. I'm not sure if it's going to be Jason Hollenseed, who seems to be quite busy there, or if it's going to be Siobhan Alfred. So who is it going to be? I think it's going to be Jason. So we will be joined by Jason Hollenseed from Island Tribe, who will tell us a little about the portrayal for the year and some of the costumes that we saw on stage tonight. Jason, tell us a little about how much of a hand you had in the building of the costumes here tonight.
Well, at least I know a thing or two about sticking braid, But it was a very, very tedious and very, how would I put it? Exciting, but yet still a lot of hard work went behind building those two costumes for weeks. We've been at it for weeks, right? We had some ups, we had some downs. But what you saw on the stage tonight, the first one, the female costume, represented Sin City, which is our portrayal for Carnival 2023. And Sin City is really a portrayal where revelers, they're born out of sin, right? So it's a matter of revealing and portraying, right, that element, right? But yet still, it shows us in our true and natural form, and our humility and everything else comes with it. So Sin City really portrayed, that aspect of sin, and everything that we are entwined with and entangled with, and what we go through on a daily basis. It had the little element of the sexual element to it, right? And it is just a story we're trying to tell, basically.
Tell us a little about that second costume. Not using the costume as the house, but deciding to make the costume the morning after, as it were. Tell us about the decision to go that way as opposed to making the costume the house where the sin actually takes place. Tell us about that.
Well, it's the house of disrepute, right? So we all know what we refer to as a bomb house, right? So, that was our second costume. So it shows that, this beautiful community, of course, wherever it is, right? And, the sun, as soon as the sun rises, then you see all what was taking place in that house. So that is the story the second costume told. And, we had a popular figure on stage, so to speak. Everyone knows ecstasy, right? So we try to tie it in with the entire concept, so we're hoping that persons bought into the concept of what we're trying to do.
Actually, I was wondering if that was Sue, because the song that was being played was Sue Say She Like It So I was wondering if that was Sue.
It complemented the portrayal. It complemented it. And Gillen is a designer, so he understands very well, right? Yeah, so...
Well, we wish you all the best, Jason, for tonight and on the road for 2023. We're not sure if there are any words you may have for the viewers and the listeners at this time. Final words as we wrap up here.
Right, well, first let me say hello to all our Island Tribe revelers. Of course, those who came out to support and those who watching, at home. So, of course, this year, it will be, it's a very hectic week for us because this week, is distribution. So we need to get everything in place, get the trucks ready. So we're just looking forward to a very fantastic carnival, a very good time on the road, and also in terms of portraying something, telling a story, for the portrayal. This year, of course, we're catering to at least 500 persons, so we're looking forward to a really great experience on the road. And of course, everyone, we wish that you have a safe and enjoyable carnival.
Well, we wish you have a safe and enjoyable carnival and all the best. All right. Thank you so much. Jason Hullenseed there from Island Tribe. Their portrayals on stage, their queen and their king. We hope that all the best comes through for them tonight and, of course, on Monday and Tuesday. Gillen, it has been fascinating. It has been beautiful. It has been spectacular. I think the costumes on stage, the portrayals, and I'm really looking forward to seeing not just these costumes on the road, but how these costumes transform and translate into the portrayals of the different sections on Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, that's the interesting thing, because when you do these things, you actually have to, the costume has to be a duality at the same time.
Yeah.
You have to focus for the night, but then now marry that into the overall concept of the band.
Yes.
So, that's where the creativity comes in, so it's really, the designers really have to go put their thinking caps on to actually sell that story. Because it's one thing to sell one aspect of the costume, this section to the band tonight, but now you have to sell 6, 7, 8, 9 sections. Yes. And then you have me have, again, a queen costume. You might have individuals in that as well. So you have the overall story has to be told on that day come next week.
Yeah. It takes a lot of, not just, it takes a lot of planning. Yes. It takes a lot of planning, I imagine. Because there has to be that overall idea that breaks down into the various sections and various elements that you want to highlight. So quite a bit that all of the bands have to think about ahead of time for tonight, break it down into the other 2 days. Absolutely. And that's where I suppose the creativity of the artists come in there, the designers and all the other players. Yes, everybody comes in. We're about to take a break, but just before we take a break, before the results come out, and so, Gillen, give us a general sense as to what you thought about tonight, what you're looking forward to in other King and Queen of the Bands competitions, and of course for Carnival 2023 generally.
Yeah. For me, like I said, all bands did a good job this year. I mean, the standard has increased, and every year we keep stepping up the standard for Carnival. For me, I think the smaller bands need more support at the end of the day. We're going to see like a disparity in terms of the elements, the materials, because again, the bigger bands may have the resources to travel to Trinidad and get the materials in order. The smaller bands may not have that. So it's really a case of the support that they need. Yeah. So more support to them, the better the product is going to be at the end of the day, whether it be for King and Queen Advance tonight or even on the road, translated to the road for Carnival. So it's really the associations and the government, everybody has to play their part to actually develop the product even better.
All right, thanks so much for that, Gillen. You are viewing the live coverage of King and Queen of the Bands on HTS. We are going to be taking a break. Of course, we have the results for tonight's competition, and the show continues. Of course, DYP is going to be coming up with so many of the other local artists who you have been hearing for the season. So we're expecting that to come as part of the broadcast. So we will be taking a break, and when we come back, hopefully we will be bringing you the results for King and Queen of the Bands for 2023.
Summer Adventures, Saint Lucia style. Summer Wardrobe, Saint Lucia style. Summer Warmth, Saint Lucia style. Summer Nights, Saint Lucia style. Summer Loving, Saint Lucia style. This year, dive into summer, Saint Lucia style.
Pretty Saint Lucia.
Warning. The Surgeon General cautions the public about the dangers of stress to their physical and mental well-being, and as such has dedicated July 14th as Mental Day. On Friday, July 14th, Red Unlimited and Radio Caribbean International present Color Me Red. Color Me Red. Mental Day. A day to forget your troubles, unwind, and recharge for Carnival 2023. Color Me Red with Kess the Band, Patrice Roberts, Lyrical, Nyla Blackman, and more at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground from 8 p.m. Tickets are available at Radio Caribbean International, Steve's Barbershop, The Cell, TM Antoine Partners, Courts, Travel and Leisure Center, and redevents.fourcirclestickets.com. Come experience the energy. Color Me Red. Friday, July 14th. Sponsored by...
This is how we play the game. And we gon' represent and show them who we stand for.
All roads lead to Massey Stores Mega this Carnival season with huge savings. Buy one, get one free on select Castillo San Simon wines. Buy two, get one free on Win wines. And buy one, get one half off on Waitrose, Echo Falls, Bodega, Select Castillo, and Shadolini wines. Check our website for more details and see you at Massey Stores Mega Carnival Liquor Sale. Remember to swipe your Massey card. Sale ends July 15th.
It is sizzling this summer at Caribbean Metals Limited with the Heatwave promotion. Hot deals on construction products. Very hot deals. Plus, you can win an air-conditioned unit in the Heatwave promotion at Caribbean Metals and cool down. Hot deals on so many items. So, hurry and get your Heatwave promotion deal today. Promotion runs from June to August while stock lasts. See our in-store, social media, and our website for more details. Feeling hot with the Caribbean Metals Heatwave promotion today.
I'm in town, let me take you around, pretty Saint Lucia. It's my town, I'ma take you around, pretty Saint Lucia. Pretty Saint Lucia.
Warning. The Surgeon...
In fourth place, with a total of 372 points, the portrayal, a tribute to the icons. Please put your hands together for Fusion Masses, Rosemary Harris. There she is coming on stage, Rosemary Paris from Fusion Mass. 372, her score. Give her a round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. Congrats again, Fusion Mass. And now for our third place presentation, we call in again the chair of the Carnival Planning Committee, Ms. Tamara Gibson, to assist. A total of 399 points. Ladies and gentlemen, the portrayal Into Battle from Zuvo Carnival Band, Natani St. Omer. There she is. Natani St. Omer, ladies and gentlemen. Holding her trophy high. Quick photo up Before we call on second and first place, we'd like to call on the Minister for Tourism, Investment, Creative Industries, Culture and Information, Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire, to help with the presentation for second place. With a total of 441 points, the portrayal, Palm Sunday Redemption from Tribe of 12, Sharon Tanner. Palm Sunday Redemption, Tribe of 12, Sharon Tanner. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now getting ready to present the first place trophy and crown the queen of the bands. We'd like to call on the National Carnival Queen, Ms. Shanice Butcher, to assist with the presentation. Folks, the point spread only 1. With a total of 442 points. The portrayal Abba Glow from Tribe of 12, Kim Daisy. Your Queen of the Bands 2023. There she is, Kim Abba Glow, Tribe of 12. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them all a round of applause and give your Queen of the Bands a massive round of applause from Tribe of 12, Kim Daisy. A quick group photo. Ladies and gentlemen, feel free to take photos for your gram and tag Saint Lucia Carnival in it. If you're not following, ensure you follow Carnival Saint Lucia. We are on Instagram, Twitter. Are we on Thread yet? Lucia, we on Thread? And we are on Thread as well. And now, ladies and gentlemen, awaiting our results for the king of the band. And I feel I need some ambience. We can turn down the lights. Yeah, dim the lights, please. Let's have some ambience in that one. Create some atmosphere. Right. Yeah, down completely. Dark. Dak, yes I. Ta-da, ta-da. I love y'all. All right, we ready? Ta-da! Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the results for King of the Bands? We're going to start again with our fourth place, and we'd like to call on the chair of the Carnival Planning Committee, Ms. Tamara Gibson, to help with the presentation. Also galactically lovely. Wow, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, with a total of 407 points, in fourth place, from the band Island Tribe, the Rising Sun. Put your hands together for Cedric Laurent. There he is. Let's keep the applause going as he comes on to collect his trophy. Cedric Laurent, ladies and gentlemen. A round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen, Cedric Laurent. And now for our third place, again, we would like to call the chair of the Carnival Planning Committee, Ms. Tamara Gibson, to assist in the presentation of the third place trophy. With a total of 412 points, representing the Tribe of 12, the portrayal, Papa Jab, Seducing the Nation. Please put your hands together for Craig Hyacinth. Come on, y'all, put your hands together. Don't put it too high, or some other lens not reaching all day. And now for second place, we call on the Minister for Tourism, Investment, Creative Industries, Culture and Information, Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire, to assist with the presentation of the trophy. In second place, with a total of 429 points, from the Tribe of 12, the portrayal, For God So Loved the World. Please put your hands together for Jordan Auger. There he is, ladies. Round of applause, y'all. Round of applause. There we go. And for the first place presentation, the King of the Bands, and we'd like to call our queen, the National Carnival Queen, Shanice Butcher, to assist in presenting the trophy. A total of 436 points. representing the Fusion Mass Carnival Band, the portrayal Afrobeat is King. Please put your hands together for Giovanni Saint Lucia. We would like to remind folks to please don't storm the stage when your king is picking up his trophy. Allow the photo ops to be taken. Giovanni! Okay, we have his rep coming on. Yeah, not a problem. We have a rep. He's coming? All right, we see him. He's coming. Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the King of the Bands 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the King of the Bands 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for all our competitors in this year's King and Queen of the Band. And we're saying again, congratulations to all our winners. We are now getting ready for the big jam session featuring the jam band DYP. Just before we get into that, we are allowing our winners to do their final photo ops right next to the backdrop of Saint Lucia Carnival. Blessings and blessings and more blessings.
King and Queen of the Bands 2023. There you have it, Gillen, the results of this competition. We have 4 places in the Queen of the Bands and 4 places in the King of the Bands. We were watching with anticipation and the results are out. So in 4th place in the Queen of the Bands competition, a tribute to the icons, Rosemary Paris. A beautiful displays from all of the costumes here tonight. In 3rd place, 300. Well, into battle, Natani Santoma. Yes, the Fusion Mass. In 2nd place, Palm Sunday Redemption, Sharon Tanner. That's it. And in 1st place, Abaglo was the depiction, Kim Daisy with that portrayal.
Beautiful blue costume.
Yes, and the King of the Band's results, Gillen?
In 4th place, we had Cedric Laurent with his The Rising Sun costume. That's from the Island Tribe Carnival Band. In 3rd place, we had Papa Jab with Seducing the Nation. That's Craig Hyacinth. That's from the Island Tribe. That's from the Treble 12 Carnival Band. 2nd place, we had For God So Loved the World Jordan Auger from the Treble 12 as well. And then the winner, we had Afrobeats' King, Giovanni Santome from the Fusion Band Carnival Band. So, again, like I said, Giovanni, with that cardboard, that craftsmanship, I mean, you could have seen that as a line from miles away. So, it was a close battle between Adrian and then Giovanni's costume. So, but for the Queens, outright, I saw Adrian all the way. I saw that. So.
And that's me smiling at Adrian passing on the sidelines there. Congratulations to him and congratulations to all of the winners here tonight. We are so happy that you decided to join us for King and Queen of the Bands, and we're looking forward to seeing the costumes on the road. We're getting ready for the second part of this broadcast, and that is DYP with their friends, or DYP and friends, the local acts who are going to take the stage, and all of the revelers and all of the supporters are in the crowd, ready to have a party, as it were. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. That is where Gillen and I, we just step aside for a while and go enjoy the music, and we invite you to enjoy that portion of the broadcast as well, and that would be the music on stage with DYP and friends. Again, thank you so much for joining us. This has been King and Queen of the Bands 2023. We're looking forward to seeing you on the road.
Now it's time to party. DYP now.
This is Helen Television System, HGS Channel 4 and Cable 34.